They called themselves the Kryn Empire. For 300 years, they crushed every species they met. Their ships were faster. Their weapons were stronger. No one could stop them. But the Kryn had never heard of Earth. They had never met a Death Worlder. And that mistake would cost them everything. The Kryn warships moved through space like shadows of death. Their black metal hulls shined under distant stars. Today, they attacked the planet Xeria. The Xerian people were peaceful. They had no strong military. They had no chance. Kryn Commander Thrax stood on his ship's bridge. He watched the planet below. His red eyes showed no mercy. "Begin the attack," he ordered. His voice was cold and empty. Blue energy beams shot down from the Kryn ships. Cities burned. Buildings fell. The Xerian people ran and screamed. But there was nowhere to hide. Within 2 hours, the planet was silent. Another species defeated. Another world conquered. One small Xerian ship escaped the destruction. Inside, Captain Zek was bleeding. His hands shook as he flew through space. "I must warn the others," he whispered. "I must reach the Galactic Council." 3 days later, Captain Zek arrived at the Council station. He crashed his damaged ship in the docking bay. Council members rushed to help him. They carried him to the meeting chamber. 47 different alien species sat in that room. All of them looked afraid. "The Kryn are coming," Zek said weakly. "They destroyed my world. They will destroy yours too. We need help. We need warriors." The council leader, a tall blue alien named Mora, stood up. Her voice trembled. 47 species have fallen to the Kryn. We have no warriors strong enough. We have no weapons powerful enough. We are defenseless. Then we will die, another council member said sadly. Mora looked at her data screen. There is one option. One last hope. I will send a message to every corner of the galaxy. A cry for help. She typed the message with shaking fingers. To anyone who can hear this. We are dying. Please help us. Please save us. The message shot out into deep space. It traveled past dead worlds. It traveled past burning stars. It traveled for days, until it reached a small blue planet, a planet called Earth. The Kryn thought they knew everything about war. They had fought for centuries. They had destroyed 47 species. But when their scouts found Earth, they made one terrible mistake. They attacked first. And humans never forget. 2 weeks after Admiral Chin gave her order, the Kryn scouts entered the solar system. 3 black ships moved past Jupiter. They scanned every planet with their sensors. Mars appeared on their screens. Then Earth. Scout Commander Vex studied the blue planet. He saw oceans and green lands. He saw cities with lights. He saw ships moving in orbit. "This species looks weak," Vex said to his crew. "Like all the others. Soft, peaceful, easy to break." His second officer nodded. "Should we report back to Commander Thrax?" Vex smiled with sharp teeth. "No, we will give him a gift. We will start the conquest ourselves." The 3 Kryn scout ships moved toward Mars. On the red planet's surface, a human mining station sat quietly. 47 miners worked there. They dug for metals and minerals. They had families waiting on Earth. They had no weapons. The Kryn ships powered up their weapons. Blue energy built up in their cannons. "Fire," Vex ordered. The beam struck the mining station. Explosions ripped through the buildings. Metal twisted and melted. Fire consumed everything. The 47 miners died instantly. They never knew what hit them. Vex laughed. "Too easy. Now we go to Earth and finish this." But his communications officer suddenly looked afraid. "Commander, we are receiving a message from Earth." "What does it say?" Vex asked. The officer's voice shook. "It says, you just killed our people. Now you die." Vex laughed again. "Empty threats. These humans are no different from the others. They will run. They will beg. They will—" His words stopped. His screen showed something new. Something impossible. A massive shape emerged from the darkness behind Earth's moon. A human battleship. It was 3 times larger than any Kryn scout ship. Its hull was gray and covered with weapons. Hundreds of weapons. The ship's name was painted on its side in white letters. Vengeance. Vex's hands began to shake. Retreat! Go back! Move now! But it was too late. The human ship fired. Not one weapon. All of them. Space turned white with energy. The first Kryn scout ship exploded instantly. Pieces of metal scattered like dust. Cliffhanger. Vex screamed into his communications. This is Scout Commander Vex. We are under attack. The humans have warships. They are not weak. They are... His second ship exploded. Now only Vex's ship remained. He pushed his engines to maximum speed. He had to escape. He had to warn Commander Thrax. Admiral Chun sat in the command chair of the Vengeance. Her face showed no emotion. Her voice was ice cold. Let one ship go. Let them run back to their commander. Let them tell the Kryn what happens when you attack humans. Let them spread fear. The human weapons powered down. Vex's damaged ship limped away into deep space. Chun looked at her officers. Send a message to all Earth fleets. Tell them war has begun. Tell them to show no mercy. Across the solar system, hundreds of human ships came out of hiding. They had been waiting in the shadows of planets and moons. They had been preparing for this moment. The Kryn thought humans were weak. The Kryn thought humans would run. The Kryn were wrong. And now, they would learn the truth about Deathworlders. The Kryn were confused. Every species they fought before ran away in fear. But humans? Humans were moving forward. Straight into battle. Straight into death. The Kryn did not understand why. They did not understand until it was too late. Scout Commander Vex's damaged ship finally reached the Kryn main fleet. He stumbled onto Commander Thrax's bridge. His body was burned. His uniform was torn. Fear filled his eyes. Commander Thrax, Vex gasped. The humans, they are not like the others. They have powerful ships. They have no fear. They let me live only to deliver a message. They want war. Thrax stood from his command chair. His red eyes burned with anger. You failed a simple mission. You let them scare you. I will show you how real warriors fight. He turned to his fleet officers. Prepare 1,000 ships. We go to crush these humans now. The Kryn fleet moved through space toward Earth's territory. They stopped at the Orion Belt, a field of asteroids and ice. Perfect for an ambush. The humans will come, Thrax said confidently, and here they will die. He was right. 3 days later, the human fleet arrived, but it was not 1,000 ships. Only 200 human vessels, small and fast, like wolves hunting in a pack. Thrax smiled. They brought so few ships? They are fools. He opened communications to all Kryn ships. Attack formation. Surround them. Destroy them all. The battle began. Kryn ships fired their blue energy weapons. The beams cut through space. They hit human ships. Explosions bloomed like deadly flowers. 20 human ships were destroyed in the first minute. See? Thrax laughed. They are weak like all the others. Victory is... But then something strange happened. The humans did not retreat. The damaged human ships did not turn away. Instead, they moved closer. They charged straight at the Kryn fleet. A young Kryn officer looked confused. Commander, they are not running. Why are they not running? On the human flagship, Captain Marcus Hayes gripped his command chair. His ship was hit. Fire burned in 3 sections. His crew was bleeding, but his eyes showed only determination. All ships move forward. Close the distance. Show them what Earth warriors do. Cliffhanger. The human ships crashed into the Kryn formation, not by accident, on purpose. They used their smaller size to move between the large Kryn vessels. Human Marines launched boarding pods. Metal tubes shot through space and attached to Kryn hulls. They cut through and went inside. Inside one Kryn ship, alarm screamed. Kryn soldiers rushed to the breach point. The metal door exploded inward. Human Marines came through. They wore black armor. They carried weapons that fired solid bullets. Simple but deadly. The Kryn soldiers were tall and strong, but they moved slowly. Their home planet had light gravity. They were not built for this. The human Marines moved like lightning. They were faster, stronger, more aggressive. One Marine, Sergeant Jackson, fought 3 Kryn soldiers at once. He moved with speed the Kryn could not match. A Kryn soldier managed to grab Jackson, but Jackson did not fall. He pushed back. The Kryn soldier's eyes went wide with shock. How are you so strong? Jackson smiled inside his helmet. I am from Earth. Gravity on my planet is twice yours. Every step I take on your ship feels light. Every punch I throw carries away my world. He threw the Kryn soldier across the room. The other humans advanced. Room by room, they took the Kryn ship. Commander Thrax watched in horror from his bridge. His ships were being boarded. His soldiers were losing hand-to-hand combat. This is impossible. No species fights like this. No species is this strong. His science officer checked her data screen. Her hands shook. Commander! I scanned their home planet. Earth's gravity is 0.98 standard. Their oxygen level is higher. Their planet has deadly storms, earthquakes, volcanoes. It is a death world. These humans evolved in hell itself. Thrax finally understood. These were not normal warriors. These were apex predators, born from a world that tried to kill them every day, made strong by surviving the impossible. Commander Thrax lost 300 ships in the Orion Belt. He was humiliated. He was angry. Now, he called for the biggest Kryn fleet ever assembled. 10,000 warships. Every human commander knew the truth. This was it. Win or die. But Earth had one secret weapon the Kryn never expected. The Kryn retreat shocked the entire galaxy. News spread to every species in the Galactic Council. The unstoppable Kryn Empire had been defeated by humans, by a species no one had ever heard of before. Council leader Mora watched the battle reports with wide eyes. Incredible. The humans won. But this is not over. The Kryn will return with everything they have. She was right. On the Kryn homeworld, Emperor Calix sat on his throne of black stone. He had ruled for 200 years. He had never lost a war. Never. His pride was wounded. His empire was embarrassed. Thrax failed me, the Emperor said coldly. He used only 1,000 ships against an unknown enemy. Foolish. I will fix his mistake. He stood and raised his clawed hand. Send the order. Gather the Grand Fleet. 10,000 ships. Every warrior. Every weapon. We will erase the humans from existence. Across Kryn space, warships gathered. Small ships. Large ships. Carriers. Destroyers. Battleships the size of mountains. The largest military force ever assembled. They all moved toward one target. Earth. On Earth, alarms rang in every military base. Admiral Chin stood in the war room deep underground. Holographic displays showed the incoming Kryn fleet. 10,000 red dots moving toward them. Her officers looked afraid. Admiral, Captain Hayes said quietly, "We have 500 ships total. They have 10,000. We are outnumbered 20 to 1. We cannot win this." The room fell silent. Everyone waited for Chen's response. She looked at each officer. Her face was calm. Her voice was steady. "You are right, Captain. We cannot win with normal tactics. So we will not use normal tactics." She pressed a button. The holographic display changed. It showed Earth's hidden weapons. Things the galaxy had never seen. Nuclear torpedoes with fusion cores. EMP missiles that could shut down entire fleets. AI-controlled drone swarms. Kinetic railguns that fired metal at impossible speeds. For 50 years, Earth prepared for alien contact, Chin explained. We did not know if aliens would be friendly or hostile, so we prepared for the worst. We built weapons. We trained warriors. We learned from every war humanity ever fought. Cliffhanger, a Galactic Council representative, was in the room. An alien diplomat named Turon. He stared at the weapons display in shock. You kept all this hidden? Why did you not tell the Council? Chin looked at him. Because Earth learned a hard lesson from our own history. Trust is earned, not given. We survived on a dangerous planet by being ready for anything. by never showing all our cards. She turned to her officers. Send the order. Every Earth fleet moves to intercept position. Alpha 7 sector. We meet them there. We end this there. Captain Hayes saluted. And if we lose, Admiral? Chen's eyes became steel. Then we make sure they remember us. We make sure the Kryn pay such a heavy price that they never attack another species again. We fight not just for Earth. We fight for every weak species they ever crushed. The human fleet began to move. 500 ships against 10,000. Impossible odds. Suicide odds. But every human captain volunteered. Every human soldier wanted to fight, because that is what humans do. They face impossible odds and fight anyway. In space, the two fleets moved toward each other, like two storms about to collide. The Kryn fleet was massive, a wall of black metal stretching across the stars. The human fleet was tiny in comparison, like small fish swimming toward a giant shark. Emperor Calix watched from his command ship, the biggest vessel in his fleet, 3 miles long, covered with weapons. Soon, he whispered, soon these humans will understand. No one defies the Kryn Empire. No one. Admiral Chen stood on her flagship bridge. The Vengeance moved at the front of the human formation. She looked at the approaching Kryn fleet on her screen. 10,000 ships. Certain death. But she did not feel fear. She felt purpose. All ships, she said over communications. This is Admiral Chen. Today we face the greatest threat humanity has ever known. Today we may die, but we will die as warriors. We will die protecting our home. For Earth. For humanity. For every species that cannot fight back. 500 human voices answered as one. For Earth. The Battle of Sector Alpha 7 lasted 4 hours. 4 hours of fire and death. For hours of impossible courage. When it ended, the galaxy would never see humans the same way again. When it ended, the Kryn Empire would know true fear. The two fleets met in the darkness of space. For one moment, everything was silent. Then Emperor Calix gave the order. Fire everything. 10,000 Kryn ships opened fire at once. Blue energy beams filled the space between them. It looked like a wall of light rushing toward the humans. Beautiful and deadly. Evasive maneuvers. Admiral Chen ordered. Scatter formation. Move like we trained. The human ships split apart. They moved in unpredictable patterns. Up, down, spinning, diving. The Kryn beams hit empty space where human ships had been 1 second before. Only 30 human ships were destroyed in the first wave. The Kryn expected to destroy 200. Emperor Calix frowned. These ships moved too fast. Adjust targeting systems. Fire again. But the humans were already attacking. They did not fire from a distance like the Kryn expected. Instead, they charged forward, straight into the Kryn formation, like wolves diving into a herd. They are insane, a Kryn officer shouted. They are flying into our fleet. Captain Hayes commanded a small destroyer called Thunder. He flew between 2 massive Kryn battleships. His ship was tiny compared to them. All ships Wolfpack tactics. Target their engines. Make them slow. Human ships worked in groups of 5. They swarmed around single Kryn vessels. Fast strikes. Hit and run. Target the weak points. The Kryn ships were powerful but slow to turn, like giants trying to swat flies. One human ship, the Defiant, took heavy damage. Fire consumed its engine section. The captain, a woman named Rodriguez, looked at her dying ship. Her crew was already evacuating in escape pods. She was alone on the bridge. Defiant to all ships, she said calmly. My ship is dead, but I can still fight. I can still matter. Admiral Chen realized what Rodriguez planned. Captain, no. Evacuate now. Rodriguez smiled. Tell my daughter I love her. Tell her I died like a warrior. She pushed her engines to maximum. The dying ship accelerated, straight toward a Kryn carrier. The massive enemy ship tried to turn away. Too slow. The Defiant crashed into the Kryn carrier at full speed. The impact created an explosion like a newborn star. White light filled space. The Kryn carrier broke in half. Both pieces spun away, trailing fire and bodies. The human fleet went silent for one moment, honoring Rodriguez's sacrifice. Then Captain Hayes spoke. She showed us the way. All damaged ships. You know what to do. 12 more human ships were badly damaged. Their captains made the same choice. They became missiles. Living missiles guided by human courage. They crashed into Kryn battleships. Each impact destroyed an enemy vessel 20 times their size. The Kryn fleet fell into chaos. They had never seen this before. An enemy that turned defeat into victory. An enemy that used death itself as a weapon. But the humans were not done. Admiral Chen activated the secret weapons. Launch EMP missiles. Target their command ships. 50 small missiles shot from human vessels. They look harmless. Tiny dots in space. The Kryn point defense systems ignored them. Mistake. The missiles exploded silently. No fire, no light, just invisible electromagnetic pulses. 20 Kryn command ships went dark. All their systems shut down. Computers failed. Weapons stopped. Communications died. They floated helpless in space. Now! Chen ordered. Boarding teams, go. Hundreds of human marine pods launched. They attached to the dark Kryn ships. Marines cut through and entered. With no power, the Kryn ships were like floating coffins. The Marines moved through them easily, taking control, capturing them. Emperor Calix watched his fleet fall apart. Rage filled his body. No, this is impossible. We are the Kryn Empire. We do not lose. His science officer looked terrified. Emperor, we have lost 2,000 ships. The humans have lost only 200. Their tactics are too effective. They fight like they have no fear of death. Calix's clawed hand gripped his throne. Then I will show them death myself. Bring my ship forward. I will kill their admiral personally. The Emperor's flagship was 3 miles of weapons and armor. It moved through the battle like a mountain cutting through clouds. Every weapon fired. Hundreds of human ships scattered away from it. But Admiral Chun did not run. So, she said quietly, the Emperor wants to fight. Good. Vengeance will not disappoint him. Emperor Calix had ruled for 200 years. He had destroyed 47 species. He had never lost a battle, never retreated, never known fear. But today, he would face Admiral Sarah Chun. And today, he would learn what it truly means to fight a Death Worlder. The Emperor's flagship moved to the burning battlefield. Its weapons fired continuously. Human ships exploded around it like fireworks. Nothing could stop it. Nothing could hurt it. It was a monster made of metal and hate. Admiral Chin watched it approach on her screen. The vengeance was powerful, but the Emperor's ship was twice its size. Her officers looked afraid. They knew this fight was impossible. Admiral, Captain Hayes said through communications, retreat, save yourself. We can regroup and... No, Chin interrupted. Her voice was firm. If I run, the Emperor wins. If I run, he will chase us forever. This ends here. This ends now. The Emperor opened a direct communication channel. His face appeared on Chen's screen. Red eyes, sharp teeth, a face that had ordered the death of billions. Human Admiral, I give you one chance. Surrender now. I will make your death quick and painless. Chen looked at him without fear. I am from Earth. We do not surrender. We do not bow. We fight until our last breath. Calix's eyes widened. No species had ever spoken to him like this. Then you will die slowly. Both ships fired at the same time. Energy beams and missiles crossed the space between them. Explosions covered both vessels. The Vengeance shook violently. Fire started in multiple sections. Alarm screamed. Chen's crew worked desperately to keep the ship alive. The Emperor's flagship was also damaged but still strong. Again, Calix ordered, destroy them. Chen looked at her tactical display. Her ship was dying. Shields at 10%. Weapons failing. Hull breached in 12 places. She had minutes left at most. Then she saw it. One chance. One last move. All crew, She said over ship-wide communications. Abandon ship. Get to the escape pods. That is an order. Her bridge officer stared at her. Admiral, what about you? Chen smiled sadly. I am staying. Someone needs to steer this ship on its final mission. Captain Hayes understood immediately. Admiral, no, you cannot. Cliffhanger. Go! Chen shouted. That is an order. Get our people to safety. Tell Earth what happened here. Tell them we won. Her officers had no choice. They ran to the escape pods. One by one, small pods shot away from the Vengeance. Chen watched them go on her screen. Good. They would live. They would tell the story. She sat alone on the bridge now. Fires burned around her. Smoke filled the air. But her hands were steady on the controls. She turned off all weapons, all shields. She put every bit of remaining power into the engines. The Vengeance shot forward. Maximum speed. Straight toward the Emperor's flagship. Calix saw her coming. What is she doing? Why is she not firing? Is she surrendering? His tactical officer's face went pale. Emperor, she is not slowing down. She is accelerating. She is going to ram us. Calix finally felt something he had not felt in 200 years. Fear. Evasive maneuvers. Move. Move now. But the massive flagship was too slow. Too big. Chen's smaller ship was faster. Much faster. The gap between them closed. 5,000 meters. 3,000. 1,000. Chen looked at the Emperor's ship, filling her view screen. She thought about the 47 species the Kryn had destroyed. She thought about the miners who died on Mars. She thought about Captain Rodriguez and all the humans who sacrificed everything today. This is for them, she whispered. This is for Earth. The Vengeance crashed into the Emperor's bridge at full speed. The impact was devastating. Metal tore through metal. The explosion was massive. Both ships became one ball of fire and destruction. The entire battlefield went silent. Both human and Kryn ships stopped fighting. They all watched the explosion fade, watched the debris scatter. Neither flagship remained. Both were gone. Both commanders dead. The Kryn Royal Guard fleet did not know what to do. Their emperor was dead. Their leader was gone. Fear replaced their courage. Retreat, someone ordered. Fall back to homeworld. The remaining 8,000 Kryn ships turned and fled. They jumped to faster-than-light speed and disappeared. The humans were too damaged to chase them. Captain Hayes, now the ranking human officer, spoke to all human ships. Cease fire. The battle is over. We won. Admiral Chen won. Silence filled the communications. Then, one by one, every human ship spoke the same words. For Admiral Chen. For Earth. For humanity. Final resolution. 3 weeks later, the Galactic Council gathered. Council leader Mora stood before all the species. Today, we honor the humans. They saved us. They stopped the Kryn Empire. They sacrificed everything. The Kryn Empire sued for peace. Their new leader, not an emperor but an elected council, agreed to never attack another species again. The war was over. On Earth, a massive memorial was built. Admiral Sarah Chen's name was carved in black stone. Underneath, simple words. She gave everything so humanity could survive. A new alien species arrived at the Galactic Council station. Their representative asked the question everyone wondered. We're humans. Why are they so strong? Council leader Mora looked at the memorial statue of Admiral Chen. Humans come from a death world called Earth, a planet that tried to kill them every day. Storms, earthquakes, predators, diseases. They survived all of it. That survival made them strong, made them brave, made them into warriors who never give up. She turned to face the alien representative. The Kryn conquered many species. They thought they were unstoppable. But they learned one truth. Never underestimate a species from a death world. Never underestimate humanity. In deep space, human fleet ships now patrol the galaxy, not as conquerors, as protectors. They made sure no empire would ever terrorize the weak again. And somewhere in the ruins of Sector Alpha 7, among the floating debris, a small recording device still transmitted Admiral Chen's last words. Words that would echo through history forever. I am from Earth. We do not surrender. 5 years after Admiral Chen's sacrifice, the galaxy enjoyed peace. The Kryn were quiet. Trade flourished. Species lived without fear. But peace never lasts forever. A new threat was coming from dark space. Something worse than the Kryn. Something that had been watching humanity. And it wanted revenge. Captain Marcus Hayes was now Admiral Hayes. He commanded the Earth Defense Fleet from a new flagship, Eternal Guardian. 5 years of peace had changed the galaxy. Human ships patrolled trade routes. Alien species trusted Earth warriors to protect them. Hayes stood on his bridge, looking at the stars. Status report, he ordered. His tactical officer, Lieutenant Kim, checked her screens. All sectors quiet, Admiral. No threats detected. It is a good day. Hayes smiled. Every peaceful day honors Admiral Chen's sacrifice. She would be proud of what we built. Suddenly, alarms screamed across the bridge. Red lights flashed. Kim's face went pale. Admiral, unknown ships detected. Sector 9. They just appeared from nowhere. Hayes rushed to her station. The screen showed 15 massive ships. But they were not Kryn design. They were different, organic looking. Like they were grown, not built, black and purple colors. Strange energy signatures. Identification? Hayes demanded. Unknown species, sir. Not in any database. They are bigger than Kryn battleships. Much bigger. A communication came through. The screen showed an alien face. It had 4 eyes. Smooth gray skin. No mouth visible. But somehow, it spoke directly into their minds. Humans of Earth. The voice echoed inside everyone's head. We are the Zaf Collective. We watched your war with the Kryn. We watched you fight. We watched you win. Impressive. But you made one mistake. Hayes stepped forward. What mistake? You revealed your strength. You showed the galaxy that Deathworlders can be defeated, can bleed, can die. Admiral Chen proved this when she died. Now, other species will try to challenge you. But we will challenge you first. We will succeed where the Kryn failed. Hayes felt cold anger rise in his chest. Admiral Chen's death was not weakness. It was the ultimate strength. She chose to sacrifice herself to save others. That is what humans do. The Zaf laughed. A sound like metal scraping stone. Noble words. We shall see if your actions match them. We are coming to Earth. We will conquer your homeworld. We will enslave your species. And there is nothing you can do to stop us. The communication ended. The 15 Zaf ships turned and jumped away before Hayes could respond. They vanished into faster-than-light travel. Kim looked at Hayes with worry. Admiral, what do we do? We do not know anything about them. Their weapons, their numbers, their technology. Hayes was quiet for a moment. Then he pressed the emergency alert button. Red lights activated on every human ship across the galaxy. Every captain received the same message. Code Black. Earth under direct threat. Send a message to Earth Command. Hayes ordered. Tell them a new enemy has declared war. Tell them to activate Protocol Chun. Protocol Chun, sir? Kim asked. Hayes nodded. Admiral Chen created it before she died. A contingency plan. If Earth ever faced extinction-level threat again, we have one final defense. Something we kept hidden even from the Galactic Council. What is it? The Death World Initiative. We are not the only dangerous planet in this galaxy. Chen found 7 other Death Worlds. Planets as harsh as Earth. Species as strong as humans. She made contact with them secretly. Made alliances. If Earth calls, they answer. Kim's eyes widened. You mean? Yes, Hayes said firmly. We are calling in the Deathworlders. All of them. The Zaf think they will fight only humans. They are wrong. They are about to face an alliance of the galaxy's most dangerous warriors. Every species that evolved in hell itself. He looked at the stars where the Zaf ships had disappeared. Admiral Chen taught us one lesson. Deathworlders never fight alone. We protect each other. We stand together. And anyone who threatens us will face not one death world, but 8. Across the galaxy, 7 other species received Earth's emergency call. Species from planets with crushing gravity, toxic atmospheres, deadly predators. They had all been waiting, training, preparing. The message was simple. Earth needs you. Will you answer? And from 7 different worlds, the answer came back as one. We are coming for Earth, for Admiral Chun, for all Deathworlders. The Zaf Collective thought they would fight only humans. They thought wrong. And soon, they would learn the same lesson the Kryn learned. Never threaten a Deathworlder, because Deathworlders have friends. And those friends are just as dangerous. The Zaf Collective had conquered 12 galaxies. They had destroyed thousands of species. They feared nothing. But they had never seen what happens when Deathworlders unite. They had never faced warriors from 8 different hells. And that mistake would be their last. Admiral Hayes stood in the war room on Earth. Around him were 7 holographic figures. 7 alien species. All from Death Worlds. All deadly warriors. The first was Commander Thorak, from Planet Crag. His species looked like walking rocks. 4 arms. Stone-like skin. His planet had gravity 3 times Earth's. Humans called. Thorak answers. We fight together. The second was High Blade Zera from Planet Venom. Her species had scales and moved like serpents. Her planet's air was toxic to most life. The Zaf will learn. Poison runs in our blood. We are death itself. The third was War Chief Dren from Planet Storm. His species had thick fur and could survive temperatures that would freeze metal. My people survived endless ice. We will freeze the Zatha's courage. The fourth was General Crix from Planet Blaze. Her species had red skin and thrived in extreme heat. Her world had volcanoes everywhere. Fire made us strong. Fire will burn our enemies. The fifth was Commander Shaw from Planet Depths. His species lived underwater on a world of crushing ocean pressure. We come from the deep dark. We bring that darkness to our foes. The sixth was Battle Mother Yara from Planet Fawn. Her species were apex predators with claws and teeth evolved for hunting. We are hunters. The Zath are prey. Simple. The seventh was Lord Vex from Planet Quake. His world had constant earthquakes and unstable ground. His species could sense vibrations and move on any terrain. We stand on shaking ground every day. We will shake the Zath Empire. Hayes looked at them all. 8 death worlds. 8 warrior species. Thank you all for answering Earth's call. Admiral Chin believed that Deathworlders should protect each other. Today, we honor her vision. Thorak nodded his stone head. Chin saved Galaxy. We owe her. We owe humans. We fight. Suddenly, alarms rang. Lieutenant Kim's voice came through urgently. Admiral, the Zath fleet has arrived. Not 15 ships this time. 500 ships. They are at the edge of our solar system. Cliffhanger. Hayes looked at the 7 Deathworld commanders. Are your fleets ready? All 7 answered together. Ready. Then let us show the Zath what happens when they threaten Earth. Hayes activated the tactical display. It showed the 500 Zath ships approaching. But it also showed something else. Something the Zath did not expect. Behind Earth's moon, fleets appeared. Not just human ships. Thousands of ships from all 8 death worlds. They had been hiding, waiting. The Crag brought heavy dreadnoughts built to survive anything. The Venom brought ships with chemical weapons. The Storm brought ice-cold missile carriers. The Blaze brought plasma destroyers. The Depths brought stealth submarines that moved through space unseen. The Fawn brought fast attack fighters. The Quake brought ships with seismic cannons. And humans brought everything they learned from fighting the Kryn. The Zath lead ship detected the massive fleet. Their commanders for eyes went wide. What is this? We detected only human ships. Where did all these others come from? Admiral Hayes opened communications to the Zath fleet. His voice was calm but deadly serious. You said humans revealed our strength. You were right, but you did not know our greatest strength. We do not fight alone. We never fight alone. Behind him, the 7 Death World commanders appeared on screen. 8 different species. 8 different types of warriors. All standing together. You wanted to conquer Earth? Hayes continued. You wanted to enslave humanity? You made a fatal error. When you threaten one Death Worlder, you threaten all Death Worlders. And we protect our own. The Zath commander tried to sound confident. You have numbers. But we have technology beyond your understanding. We have weapons that can destroy planets. You cannot win. Thorax stepped forward. His voice was like grinding stone. You talk too much. We are Death Worlders. We do not talk. We act. The 8 fleets moved as one. Perfect coordination, like they had trained together for years. Because they had. Admiral Chen's secret plan had been 5 years in the making. The Crag dreadnoughts took the front. Their heavy armor absorbed the first Zath attack. The Venom ships released clouds of corrosive gas that ate through Zath shields. The Storm ships fired ice missiles that froze Zath weapon systems. The Blaze ships cut through enemy hulls with superheated plasma. The Depth stealth ships appeared behind Zath lines, attacking from nowhere. The Fong fighters swarmed like predators taking down large prey. The Quake ships fired seismic weapons that shook Zath vessels apart from inside. And the humans did what they did best. They adapted. They learned. They coordinated all 8 fleets into one unstoppable force. The Zath fought hard. Their technology was advanced. Their weapons were powerful. But they had one weakness. They had never fought Death Worlders before. They did not understand. Death Worlders do not give up. Death Worlders do not retreat. Death Worlders fight until victory or death. And 8 Death Worlds together? That was a force the universe had never seen.